She was found 2 years and 4 months after she disappeared. She was sitting on a fallen log 11 miles from where she vanished. Her boots were still on her feet. Her pack was beside her. She was alive. And when the search team reached her and asked where she had been, she looked at them and said she had only been gone since this morning. She had been missing for 861 days. She remembered none of them. This is Obscure Nights, and before this video ends, that detail is going to be the least disturbing thing you hear tonight. By the time we get to the third case tonight, I need you to pay attention to one specific detail. Something that connects all 3 of these disappearances that no official investigation has ever formally addressed. I noticed it, and once you hear it, you will not be able to unhear it. Stay with me until the end. It matters. My name is Daniel. Sarah was my wife. I want to tell you who she was before I tell you what happened to her, because I think the world should know who she was before it knows what the forest did to her. Sarah was 34 years old. She was a high school biology teacher. She had been hiking in the Shawnee National Forest since she was a teenager. Her father had taken her there every spring, and the tradition had never stopped. She knew that forest the way she knew her own classroom. The trails, the seasonal creek crossings, the specific way the light came through the canopy in April when the new leaves were just coming in. She loved it there. She called it her thinking place. The place she went when she needed to remember who she was. On April 3rd, 2018, she drove to the Garden of the Gods trailhead alone. She had done it dozens of times. She texted me when she parked. 8:47 a.m. I love you. Back by 3. I texted back at noon asking if she wanted me to start dinner. No response. I texted again at 2:30. Nothing. By 4 p.m., I was calling the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. They found her car at the trailhead, engine cold, keys on the driver's seat, phone on the passenger seat. Everything she would have needed to call for help, left behind in the car before she started walking. The search ran for 11 days, 42 searchers, dogs, a helicopter that covered every aerial angle of the trail system. What they found was nothing. Not a boot print, not a food wrapper, not a single physical food wrapper, not a single physical trace of Sarah beyond the trailhead parking lot. The investigation classified her as a missing person on April 18, 2018. I drove to that trailhead every weekend for a year. I walked the trails calling her name. I put up flyers. I hired a private search team in the fall of 2018 who spent 4 days in the forest and found nothing. I learned to live inside the question of what happened to my wife. I learned to sleep again. I learned to go to work again. I did not learn to stop thinking about her. On August 12, 2020, 2 years, 4 months, and 9 days after Sarah walked into the Shawnee National Forest, a trail maintenance crew found her 11 miles from the Garden of the Gods trailhead, sitting on a fallen log beside the trail, alive, pack beside her, boots on her feet, physically in reasonable condition beyond significant weight loss and severe dehydration. When the crew reached her, she told them she had been hiking since that morning and thought she might be slightly lost. She asked them if they could point her toward the Garden of the Gods parking lot because her husband was probably wondering where she was. She did not know it was 2020. She did not know she had been gone for 861 days. The medical evaluation that followed found no neurological damage consistent with prolonged amnesia, no evidence of captivity, no injuries beyond what you would expect from a person who had been outdoors for an extended period, no explanation for the gap, none. I drove to the hospital the moment I got the call. I walked into that room and Sarah looked at me and said, "Why do you look so different?" I said, "Sarah, it has been 2 years," and she said, "Daniel, I left this morning. We have spent 4 years trying to find an explanation for what happened in those 861 days. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office has no explanation. The neurologists have no explanation. Sarah has no memory that can give us one. She still goes to the Shawnee National Forest. She says she does not know why she keeps going back. She says it still feels like her thinking place. I do not go with her anymore. 861 days. No memory. No explanation from any medical or investigative team." Comment below. Where do you think Sarah was for those 2 years and 4 months? And if you are not subscribed to Obscure Nights yet, do it right now. Story 2 is worse. My name is Marcus Webb. I coordinated the search for Jessica for 20 months. I was there when she was found, and I am sharing this account because what Jessica remembered when she came back changed everything I thought I understood about these cases. Jessica was 27 years old when she disappeared on June 17, 2019 from a trail in the Ouachita National Forest in Arkansas. She was an experienced solo hiker, had been doing overnight trips since college, always filed a trip plan, always checked in. She was 3 days into a planned 5-day route when her emergency beacon stopped transmitting at 11:43 p.m. on June 17th. Not a distress signal. The beacon simply stopped transmitting, as if it had been switched off, or as if whatever happened to it happened so quickly there was no time to activate it. We searched for 20 days. Ground teams, dogs, aerial support. The terrain in that section of the Ouachita is dense and difficult, and we covered every accessible route. We found her campsite from the night before she disappeared. Tent, sleeping bag, food bag hung correctly, camp stove, everything organized the way an experienced hiker organizes a campsite before sleep. The tent had been slept in. Her boots were outside the tent door the way hikers leave them overnight. Her boots were outside the tent. She was not inside it, and there was no sign of how she left. At any given time, there are over 1,600 active missing persons cases in U.S. national parks and national forests. Jessica became one of them on June 17, 2019. She remained one of them for the next 626 days. On March 4, 2021, a hunter found her in a clearing approximately 7 miles from her campsite. She was standing in the middle of the clearing facing north. Physically, she was thin, but not critically. She had no pack. She had no boots. She was standing in the forest in bare feet on a cold March morning in Arkansas, and she did not appear to be in distress. When the hunter reached her and asked if she was all right, she said yes. She asked him if he knew the trail back to her campsite. She said she had left it to follow something and lost her bearings. She said she had left it last night. It was March 2021. She had been gone since June 2019. Here is the detail that has stayed with me since the day I heard it. When we interviewed Jessica in the days after her recovery, she had no memory of 626 days, but she had one memory from the night she disappeared. A single image she could not explain. She described standing outside her tent in the dark and seeing a light in the forest. Not a flashlight, not a headlamp, a light that she described as being below the level of the trees, moving slowly and completely silent. She said she followed it. That is the last thing she remembers from June 17th, 2019, following a light between the trees. The next thing she remembers is standing in the clearing on March 4th, 2021. She does not remember the space between those two moments. She does not remember 626 days. I have coordinated searches in national forests for 16 years. I have heard a lot of accounts from people who have been lost and found. I have never heard an account where someone followed a light and lost 20 months of their life. The Scott County Sheriff's Office case is technically closed. She was found alive. But closed is not the same as explained. Jessica does not hike anymore. She told me the last time we spoke that she is afraid she would follow the light again. She's not sure she would come back a second time. 626 days gone. One memory, a silent light between the trees. Subscribe right now if you are not already here, because the third case is the one I told you to wait for, and it is the one that connects all three. Because what I am about to tell you in the third case is the detail I mentioned at the start of this video, the thread that runs through all three of these disappearances. My name is Brett. I am going to tell you what I remember, and then I am going to tell you what the investigators told me could not have happened, and then I am going to let you decide what you believe. I was 43 years old when I disappeared from Glacier National Park on September 9th, 2020. I'd been hiking the Highline Trail, a route I had completed 4 times before. I knew it well. I was fit, experienced, properly equipped. It was a clear September evening, and I was approximately 6 miles from the Logan Pass Visitor Center, heading back at around 7 p.m. I remember the moment it started. Not because it was dramatic, because it was not. I remember it because of how ordinary it felt at the time. I stopped on the trail to look at the view, the mountains, the light going, the specific stillness of Glacier at dusk when the wind drops and the park goes completely quiet. I had stopped at that same spot on previous trips. It was one of my favorite moments on that trail. And then the silence got wrong. I do not know how else to describe it. I started walking again, fast. The next thing I remember is standing in a meadow I did not recognize. It was daylight. The mountains around me were the same mountains, but the light was wrong. The angle of it, the season of it. The air was colder than a September evening in Montana. It was the cold of late autumn. November, cold. I did not know it yet, but it was November 22nd, 2022. I had been missing for 2 years and 74 days. I walked until I found a trail. I followed it to a road. A Park Service vehicle stopped for me. The ranger who got out looked at me for a long moment before he spoke. Later, he told me he did not recognize me at first because the missing person's photograph he had seen was 2 years old. The medical evaluation found no evidence of prolonged captivity, no injuries consistent with trauma, no neurological explanation for the memory gap. My physical condition suggested I had been outdoors, but not in the extreme distress you would expect from someone missing for 2 years in Montana. The investigators asked me the same questions many times. I gave the same answers every time because they were the only answers I had. I remembered stopping to look at the view. I remembered the silence changing. I remembered nothing between that moment and the meadow in November. But here's the thing I kept coming back to during those interviews. The thing I finally said out loud in the third session and that the investigators wrote down and never mentioned again. When I was standing on that trail and the silence changed, for just a moment before I started walking, I saw something at the edge of the tree line, a light, below the level of the branches, moving slowly, completely silent. I did not follow it. I walked the other way. I have thought about that choice every single day since November 2022. I walked away from it. Sarah followed the light. She lost 861 days. Jessica followed the light. She lost 626 days. I walked away from it. I lost 804 days anyway. I do not know what that means. I do not know what was in those trees. I have never found an explanation for the light or for the time or for any of it. No one has ever explained it. Not the rangers, not the investigators, not even me. And I was there. All three of them saw the same light. Sarah followed it. Jessica followed it. Brett walked away from it. All three lost years. Comment below, what do you think that light was? 3 national parks. 3 experienced hikers. 3 disappearances spanning years. And the detail I told you to wait for. The thread that nobody in any official investigation has formally connected. Sarah saw something the night she disappeared and could not describe it before she followed it. Jessica's one memory is a silent light below the trees. Brett saw it too, and walked the other way, and lost 2 years regardless. The same light, 3 different parks, 3 different years, 3 people who came back with no memory of where they had been. The investigators do not talk about the light. The reports do not mention the light. I'm not sure they know what to do with the light, but you have heard it now, and I think you understand why I told you to stay until the end. Whatever is in those parks, it has been there a long time, and it is patient. If you are hiking alone this season, and the silence around you changes quality, do not stop to look at it. Just keep walking. This is Obscure Nights, where the cases nobody talks about get told the way they actually happened. Subscribe, because next week, something even harder to explain. Good night.